Hello, this is the TradeSite US Stocks, Futures, and Forex Market Preview for Thursday, the 20th of January 2022, and Friday, the 21st. It's usual, we don't typically do market previews for Fridays, and I don't think this one will be any different necessarily. Just look at the ES front month futures contract, daily chart of the broad market and futures form, and as you can see, we're obviously down a bit off the highs now, but still a lot of room below, and there's some ugly trend lines you can draw if you really want to get into it. When you look at the S&P cash daily, remember this one had the 13 sell signal a week ago, so that's really picking up speed. The primary target just to start there is just under 4,400, which is only 140 points lower, but that doesn't mean that's where we'll stop. That's just the first target. NASDAQ 100, and by the way, S&P was down 44 if I didn't say that already. NASDAQ 100 was down 162.92. That had a 13 sell signal right at the late in December. And again, the target being that red static trend line, which is we're almost there now. That's, again, just the first target that exhausts the signal, but doesn't mean you have to stop there. So the signal definitely coming into play the way that it should. The SOX down 115. Another one with a 13 that's kind of ugly. Biotech's down 44.28. New lows for a long time on that. Now there is a 13 buy signal in place, but obviously if the indices as a whole are weighting it down, this one probably won't hold the whole market up. So this may be a signal that breaks quickly, and we know that usually leads to negative stuff. The Russell 2000 just got a 13 buy signal as well as it broke to new lows. So it'll be interesting to see if these two just immediately break their risk lines within 2 days. That's not positive for the market. Crude oil up to 87.09, new highs. Gold down $4.40. Advanced decline ratio on the NASDAQ was negative 14.01, so pretty negative, and the 10-day moving average is very negative. Advanced decline ratio in the New York is negative 12.76, sorry, also very negative. NASDAQ volume was 4.6 billion shares. It's kind of middling for what we've been seeing lately. The trend is interesting because even though the trend closed at 1.12, that 10-day moving average is still at 0.84. Remember, anything under 0.85 is a sell signal on the broad market on the trend, and to have it sit there now for 4 days in a row, very, very interesting. Of course, we're going to be dropping off some pretty low numbers here off the 10-day moving average if you count backwards 10 dots. So you'd have to get more low numbers to keep it that low, which seems probably unlikely. The VIX, but we've still got the signal in place. VIX up $1.06 to 23.85. Apple down $3.57. That does not look good. That's a head and shoulders on Apple. Amazon down 52.37. Another one that does not look pretty. Depending on what kind of gap we get in the morning, we might see some shorts in both of those. For us anyways. Facebook up $1.44. Not too bad right now. Google down 17.63. Also doesn't look completely ideal. Goldman Sachs down 7.08. Also cracking the lows of the last 6-7 months. Netflix up $5.06. Peloton up $1.61, and that's just off the lows. TLT, the 20-year bond ETF, up up 97 cents. So bonds up, rates down, but they've been obviously, the bonds have been down more lately. So this is just a little bounce there, nothing major. Tesla down 34.86, does not look pretty, and there's a 13 sell signal in place there. Zoom, it's harder and harder to count stuff like Zoom, sitting down here at 157. I mentioned Peloton. I mean, this thing at 30 bucks or whatever after being at 140 just a while back. Kind of crazy. Bitcoin's hanging around that 42,000 level. If you want to take a quick look at the intraday action on the ES, so you can see it, we'll go to 5-minute candles, and so you can see it was, Tuesday we had gapped. I'm sorry, this is Tuesday we had gapped down. It was kind of a flat day. We drifted a little lower by the close. Wednesday we kind of gapped back up to the highs of Tuesday, filled the gap. We were sitting pretty much even coming out of lunch, and then we did sell off in that last hour. So not a lot of interest there, but we made some money anyways. In terms of economic data left here in the U.S., we've got the initial and continuing jobless claims numbers in the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time Thursday morning. Existing home sales at 10, natty gas at 10:30, crude oil inventories at 11, and then CB leading index on Friday at 10 a.m. So that'll fill out the week. And of course this is options expiration week. So if we've seen an unraveling move, it hasn't been major. Still could get that on Thursday. And that leaves the options world with a hole on Friday, which is never good if the stock market's having issues. So be prepared there. Friday could be a sell-off day. Rich has some interesting signals that popped up in his previews. He'll talk about them in the morning, so try to be in the lab. Pretty unusual stuff there. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading Thursday and Friday.